I'm going to talk about the book of Edgar Allan Poe, which is called Tales of Mystery and Imagination. And first of all, I'm going to start with the first story, which is called The Fall of the House of Usher. The story begins with the narrator who receives a letter from his friend, but they were friends when he was a very child. And the letter says that his friend, who is called Roderick Usher, is very ill and he needs to stay with him. So when he arrives at his home, he see that the house is very old, with big stones and with a big crack from the top of the house to the bottom. And this old house makes him feel with very fear. After that, a servant receives him and he enters to the house and see his friend. It's exactly the same, but with the face much paler and very, very slim, very thin. There is his sister, who is called Lady Madeleine, and she is very ill too. And Roderick Usher believes that she is going to die soon. She's going to die soon. A few weeks later, Lady Madeleine's died, and Roderick Usher says that they had to bury it in a coffin underneath the house. But this vault, this coffin, is underneath where the narrator sleeps, so he has a bit of fear. After a few weeks, there is a big storm, and the narrator can't sleep, and Roderick Usher enter to the room to stay the night together. The narrator begins to read a book to calm Roderick Usher, and finally he believes that they buried alive his sister, Lady Madeleine. So at last the door of the room opens, and Lady Madeleine is alive there. Finally, Lady Madeleine fell off over Roderick Usher, and they both died. They both together died. Finally, the narrator escaped from the house, and the house, the big crack of the house, is growing bigger and bigger until the house is destroyed. So they both died, the house and his owner, Roderick Usher. So far so good.
Hi, my name is Paco. I'm going to talk about the second story, The Black Cat, from Edgar Allan Poe. The narrator and his wife have a lot of animals. They have cats, dogs, chickens, etc. They really are animals lovers. His main animal is a black cat. It's called Pluto. It's a nice cat. He begins to drink, and he hits his wife, and he begins to hate his cat. One day, he cut the eye of the cat. One day, the house burning, and all the animals died. One day, he gets an animal. It's like Pluto. Only it has one difference. It has a mark in his chest, like a rope. He drinks a lot, and he finally died his wife, and he hidden his wife behind a wall. After that, the police go to his house, and they clear a hole behind the wall. They catch him.
Now I'm going to talk about the third story, which is called The Mask of the Red Death. So, first of all, the Red Death is like an illness that finishes with everybody. And the Prince Prospero have a fear, and he makes a party in his castle, in his palace, with the people, with the richest and bravest people. And one night he makes a mask ball, and everybody is dressed with masks. But there is a person who is dressed with white clothes, so is dressed different from the other people. This Prince Prospero became angry of this, and ran after this person. He ran after this person, and when he arrives behind this person, he turned around, and the Prince Prospero died. Then everybody became angry and put away his clothes, and finally they realized that there's nothing behind these clothes. So they realized that this person is the Red Death. Finally, everybody dies, and only stay the Red Death and the darkness in the castle.
The fourth history is called William Wilson. William Wilson is the narrator, but his real name isn't William Wilson. But really, he has a well-known name. The story begins when he was a very child in school. in primary school. He had a lot of friends. All of them follow him, but there was a child. He was really identical to him. He looked like him. When he was older, he loved card games. In fact, he won a lot of money because he did trick in card games. One night, while he won a lot of money in card games, suddenly his clone appeared. He discovered him that he hidden his cards in his suite. After that, he went to the Oxford University, and his clone appeared there. He killed his clone, but he killed himself, really.
Well, I'm going to talk about the last and the fifth story, which is called The Telltale Heart. The Telltale Heart. It's difficult to say. The story begins with a man, with a boy who lives with an old man. And this old man have a blue eye like an eye of vulture. And this boy didn't like this eye, didn't like the eye of the old man. So every night he put his head inside the door and see him while he is sleeping with a lantern. He has a lantern, and he put a slim light on the face of the old man, but he always sleeping. But on the 8th night, while this boy is looking at the old man sleeping, the old man wake up. The old man woke up and screamed and shot. This boy, because of the fear, killed him. Well, first he fell off his bed. He pulled him off his bed and fell off the bed over him. After a few minutes, the old man died. After that, the 3 policemen came into the house and sit down, doing questions about the old man at the boy, and the boy says that the old man is away in the country, but the old man is starting to have headache, and he starts to listen a ringing louder and louder. So finally he confessed, and he says that he killed the old man.
In conclusion, we think it's an interesting book, but it's quite confusing.
Wakey wakey.